According to an April 2020 poll, as fear of COVID-19 locked Americans in at home, 64% of Americans expressed support for conducting elections by mail. But the left doesn't just want the 2020 election to be conducted that way. A New York Times published editorial declared we should never have to vote in person again. The Atlantic wrote, America's elections won't be the same after 2020. Ilhan Omar tweeted, every registered voter should be allowed to vote by mail in future elections, no questions asked. And Eric Holder said, coronavirus gives us an opportunity to revamp our electoral system. And these are changes that we should make permanent because it will enhance our democracy. Expanding vote by mail has been a part of the Democratic Party platform for a long time, but it's a policy that could severely endanger the credibility of our elections. In vote by mail, first a ballot goes from the government to a voter's home. It is then filled out and makes its way back to the government. With each of those steps, though, comes major security threats. Ballots often don't reach voters successfully. Over the last 4 elections combined, 28 million absentee and vote-by-mail ballots have gone missing. A 2016 report from the U.S. Election Assistance Commission found 6.5 million such ballots went to wrong addresses or were unaccounted for. That's more than double the 2.9 million votes that separated Hillary Clinton from Donald Trump. And sometimes ballots can end up in the hands of people that shouldn't vote at all. In Gardena, California, for example, a woman reported that her illegal immigrant husband, who had never registered to vote, still received a mail-in ballot. How many similar errors go unreported? The ballots that do reach their destination are ripe for fraud. Without the security and privacy of a polling station, it's possible to steal ballots, forge signatures, coerce voters, or buy votes. In 2016, a California couple found over 80 unused ballots in their apartment building, all with different voter names, but all addressed to a single man who lived alone. In 1997, a Miami mayoral election result was overturned after substantial absentee ballot fraud was found. All 4,740 absentee ballots were thrown out. On the ballot's way back, there's also the threat of ballot harvesting, when a third party retrieves ballots and returns them to the government. In a North Carolina race in 2018, Republicans illegally ballot harvested and 40% of the absentee ballots went missing. 8 people were indicted on charges of election fraud, and the entire election was reheld. Several states already have vote by mail, but Congressman Greg Walden of Oregon said expanding the system nationwide would be a recipe for a disaster. Walden supports mail-in voting, but said his state required a long multi-decade experience to get it right. The 2005 Bipartisan Commission on Federal Election Reform, chaired by Jimmy Carter, concluded that absentee ballots remain the largest source of potential voter fraud. Our election process could certainly be improved, but changes need to be made slowly and with an abundance of caution. Moving rapidly and permanently to national vote by mail is reckless and a threat to free and fair elections. I'm Sarah Lee. For more, read the article on our website and check out our video on ballot harvesting. Thanks for watching.